Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Well, today I'm going to be showing you how I made this future perfect ghost shell from Destiny 2 for one of my good friends Crenivix. And the best part about this is his eye actually lights up. So let's get started. So recently I've met a whole bunch of people in the Destiny 2 community and we've become really good friends, and it just so happened that one of them, Crenivix, who is an amazing TikTok and Twitch creator, you can find all of his links down in the description below, but it just so happened that it was his birthday coming up. So I thought, why not actually put some of these prop making skills to good use, because now I actually have Destiny friends that would appreciate it. So I decided to 3D print his ghost shell in resin. And this was a surprisingly easy process, so anyone else in that group, maybe watch out for some Destiny Ghost shells in the future for your birthdays, maybe? See how we go? This entire process actually took maybe about 2-3 days. It was relatively quick. The 3D printing itself took about 8 hours, so as long as you have a resin printer of some sort, we could also use a 3D filament printer as well, you should be able to make this. Of course, if you don't have access to these sort of printers, there are always men's sheds. You can always hire someone to print it for you, or you can use foam, which is an amazing alternative. I'm just not very good at it, and I'm a little bit lazy as well. And for those of you who want to use filament printing, this is my full-scale ghost shell. And this was made a little while ago, but you can find the video up here, and it'll show you how to do it. For scale reference, this is the resin printed one, just because I couldn't fit it on the resin printer in full scale. But without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is check out the Destiny STL generator. This is a wonderful website and it has game files on pretty much every item in the game. Although these are game files, so they might need a bit of cleanup before you can actually get them onto a 3D printer. You also have two options for downloading your models. You can download it as a single whole STL file or in a zip file with multiple STL parts. I recommend the latter if you're planning on using a 3D filament printer, but I actually went the first route with this one. Now this is the future perfect ghost shell and it's actually really cool, but I did have to size it down to 70% just to print it all in one go. I didn't really want to have to cut it in half and have to print the parts and glue them together. I thought this would be a better option for this. And right here I'm using To-Do Box as my slicer of choice, and this is what it looks like when you put in the scaffolding for a resin printer. Now you may want to hollow out the model before printing it. I chose not to, which just meant I needed sturdier supports to get this. Now this print took about 8 hours and it is looking absolutely stunning. I also chose the printer in this translucent cyan resin to see if I could actually get the eye to light up if you put a light underneath the ghost. And based on this testing, I was pretty confident that I could achieve that. So I'm going to start by masking out the eye area and a little square underneath, which I can shine the light through to get the eye to light up. I was definitely not using the right tape for this, but it sort of did the job okay. And once that was done, it was time for a spray of black primer. I'm using Rust-Oleum Paint and Prime. It is absolutely wonderful. I use it for all of my builds, and it just works really well. Once that's all dry, we can peel off the tape that we used to mask the item. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but we will refine these shapes later on. And here's a test of how the eye will light up. So this here is simply just a phone torch, and it seems to work really well. There was a couple of areas where the paint obviously hadn't covered up around the fins of the ghost, but we'll get there. But now it's time for the fun part, which is actually painting it. And this was very enjoyable, and I definitely recommend doing something like this if you have a spare afternoon. It's so relaxing. But right here, I'm trying to dry brush some silver acrylic paint over the areas that need it, and we're going to go in with some other colours in acrylic paints for the other parts. We are also going to dry brush over the area that we sort of masked off. We're just not going to put a large layer of paint there. We want to make sure the light can still shine through without it being too obvious. I'm going to let you see a large part of this process, and I hope you find it enjoyable.
When it's grey outside, makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Ooh, I wonder. How come the trees get undressed when it's cold? And don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder. Makes me wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Ooh, it makes me wonder. Into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But
will be no hard goodbyes, thank God we're civilized. Be on our separate ways as we fade into gray. But I still miss the way you used to feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. Yeah, I do remember tears and the laughter. How could we fall so fast and let us go? It's time to surrender now that it's ended. Nothing to say, 'cause guess we've said it all. Now why do we care to dream? Guess we wanna believe that it's not too late. And why do we care to dream? We gotta believe it is not too I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. Did what we could, my friend, but now we're at the end.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life.
We're now going to bring out that phone flashlight again and sort of work on refining the eye area.
When the old one's gone under the knife, and I can feel the sun on my skin, beginning to thaw from within. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has a
Now the Ghost Shell has a couple of finer features that I didn't think I'd be able to achieve with the paintbrushes I had, so I'm just going in with a calligraphy marker to mark out these areas.
excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that is.
Now I did actually start refining this technique as I went along. Because these circles are supposed to look like the paint has flaked off at the edges, if you actually dig in with the marker, you can scrape off a little bit of the paint to give it a bit of a 3D effect.
Time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give today. It's a good day today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow today. Well, something's gotta give tomorrow.
And now I'm going to scrape away some of the paint around the eye just to refine that shape further because I wasn't fully happy with it at the time.
Well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow. There's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today is a good day. Today.
And using a Sharpie, we can add some extra details to the eye. Now, I wasn't super happy that the ghost would look like it basically didn't have an eye when it didn't have a light underneath it, so I ended up going in with some acrylic paint, a really light layer of this light blue acrylic paint over the eye sections, and it seemed to do the trick. You could see it when the light wasn't there, and when the light was there, it worked really well. I also went back in later and added a layer of gloss coat over the whole piece, and I added a couple of extra layers to the eye area to give it a glass sheen. So now that that's complete, let me show you the finished product. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making this for him and I hope he really enjoys it. This video will be out by the time he's already received it because I want it to be a bit of a surprise. So Crandon, thank you so much for being a wonderful friend and I hope you enjoy your ghost shell. For everyone else, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope maybe you make some ghost shells of your own. Feel free to tag me at StarkIsVixen on TikTok or Instagram. I would love to see your creations. But that's all for this video, so I will see you in the next one. Bye!